Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a follow-up video to the original video called Broken Bergara. So, you're welcome to part 2. So, this is my Bergara B14 HMR and 6.5 Creedmoor. So, originally I started hand loading with Starline 6.5 Creedmoor small rifle primer brass. So, here it is. As you can see, small rifle primers there, shooting 140 grain ELDM from Hornady with H4350. So we're running around 2,700 feet per second with this cartridge. So I have 4 firings on this brass here. So this would be the 4th firing until I had issues. And basically, what happened is as follows. Here's the original bolt shroud. I'm going to throw a picture up of it and what it's supposed to look like. Basically, here's the bolt shroud. When I was firing, the bolt shroud was hopping back 2 or 3 threads to where I could spin it back in, get 1 shot, and then it would again hop back a few threads. So I talked to Bergara, they sent me a brand new bolt shroud, went on, no problem. So I decided I needed to redo some load development before my next match, make sure everything's good. So I took out all this brass. I'll throw up a whole picture of them here, don't need to say that. And as I was shooting, as you can see there, that is a pierced primer. And the whole case of them, so I got 20 shots, and it looks like 3 of them did not pierce the primer out of the 20, but you can see the extreme cratering that occurred, and I even blew out 1 primer. So the load was not that hot, and I was working really low, so I was shooting 2,400 feet per second to begin with, and I was piercing primers. So I contacted Bergara, and they said it's not designed for large or small rifle primers, that it's only designed for large rifle primers, and that I should test with only large rifle primers. So I went out and grabbed a couple different boxes of Hornady. Here's the American Whitetail, and as you can see, all the primers look great on the large rifle primers. Basically what happened is I don't know. I don't know why it started piercing primers when I changed out just the bolt shroud. So I don't know if something happened to the firing pin, or if something happened to the firing pin hole, but at 1,200 rounds it decided it no longer liked small rifle primers. So I am building a custom rifle based on a Bighorn origin, and that will become my primary rifle once I have a barrel and a few other accessories. And this will become the backup gun, and if I have somebody that wants to shoot a match with me, I'll be able to have them shoot with me. So I don't trust this rifle yet because I haven't run it through a match. I haven't put it through its paces. Basically, I've just run about 25 rounds of large rifle primer through it. So what I'm going to do is load up probably 100, and next match I'll have somebody else run the gun if my primary my new Bighorn is done. If not, then I'll run the Bergara, and I will be sure to take a secondary backup rifle. So Bergara has been really good about making sure that they upgraded everything. So if you take a look at the pictures here, you can tell that they changed the design of it, and so I think there might be a production issue with these earlier rifles, but it looks like they've figured it out right now. I want to say thank you to you guys out there watching these videos. I'm getting a lot of feedback from people both in the States and in the UK about these rifles, and I would say if you have this rifle, a B14 or just any Bergara, go ahead and figure out how to take apart your bolt shroud and look at your threads, and if your threads are smushed at all or has this older style bolt bolt shroud, I would highly recommend giving them an email, tell them what you need, and they will take care of you. So I hope that this is an issue that Bergara is taking care of with all of their new rifles coming out, and look forward to seeing what they do in the future. So, I will be doing a full review on this rifle eventually, but a quick rundown about issues I've had with this rifle. This is just a personal thing. It is unloaded. I do not like that the safety, when engaged, the trigger moves. I've had several times where I pull the trigger and nothing happens, and so I kick out a fresh, good cartridge, put in a new one, and then realize that the safety is on, and then it'll go. So that's one thing I do not like, is just the safety. It's probably just a training issue. I usually don't run a safety at all. I just leave the bolt open. When you're putting this rifle together, make sure you get an optic and a set of rings that are gonna get the optic nice and low so that you don't run into issues with the cheek riser not being high enough in order to be comfortable. Another issue that I've had with this rifle, it's actually my own fault, but I shot a match and I left it wet in the case, and I did not come back for a full day to dry the rifle off, and so the finish, you can kind of see it right there, has actually come off, and it was rusting when I pulled the rifle out less than 24 hours later. So the finish on these are not super thick, and they are susceptible very quickly to water. So it was just rain, didn't have any salt or anything like that on it. So the finish does go very quickly if it's not kept completely dry and you're not dried off right away. So I will be painting this and getting a new high temp coat of protectant on it. And for those that are going to ask, this is a Silence Co. ASR brake. It's not a bad little brake for how much you're going to pay for it. So to get started, it's a great price. Then a Harris knockoff from Caldwell with the podlock. Highly recommend the podlock. This will also get you started with not too much money in the game. And then if you want to upgrade it to a Harris or a Magpul or a B&T Industries bipod, that's also another couple options to get you started. So then these are the Vortex Precision rings. They're not the expensive ones. They're like $35 to $50. I can't really remember. It's been a while. And then this is just the base Athlon scope, and then with some like horse wrap, medical wrap on it, just for fun. And that is about it. So some people ask what I think about, oh, I forgot about the bolt handle. This is the Area 419 bolt handle. Get a good shot of that there. Here we go. I really like it because when you come up, finger goes right in the groove, pops up, good to go. This action is actually really smooth after 1,200 rounds. I've had no real issues with it other than the bolt shroud issue. But it is very smooth and consistent. Really like it. The whatever trigger Bergara decided to put in this is very nice. It's nice and consistent. It is adjustable up and down, so I have it all the way down without voiding the safety warranty. So it's a nice crisp trigger. Not a lot of take up. There's a tiny bit of take up, but it breaks really clean. So and so that's the rifle. If you have any questions about the rifle or reloading or anything like that, put them down in the comments. And I appreciate your time, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.